Anyway, so as you can see, once we open this, right, the fire kicks up. And then when we shut this door, that actually seals off air from basically fueling the fire. Now inside of here, there's a fan that comes on, and it's got a flap on it. So when the fan is on, there's a magnetic solenoid that opens that flap to allow air in. And then they have another one just like that on the back of this unit. This is a Woodmaster Heatmaster 5500. Or maybe it's Woodmaster, I can't remember. Anyways, and then there's another one right here behind this panel. It's really easy to take off and get to it. I'm just not going to do it because I don't need to get to it today. And it is a Woodmaster. Yeah, so it's a Woodmaster 5500. And then basically what we do is we set, probably can't see it, but we set a temperature and everything on here on the thermostat, and it'll kick the fans on and off to regulate the temperature to keep the water that's in the top of this boiler at the temperature we set it at. And then that water is pumped out. That back panel that has another fan back there, it also has 2 water pumps. We only use one right now. Eventually I'm going to run another, whoops, wrong way. I'm going to run another set of lines over to the barn, and we're going to concrete the floor in the barn and insulate the walls and the roof, and we'll have heat in there too. But it pumps it through the A coil, and then obviously the fan for the furnace blows across that and pulls the heat from it off that heat exchanger. Let's go grab the Ranger and some tools, and I'll see you in the barn. Alright, so a couple of days ago the pump quit on our wood burner, and then the same day this fan blower stopped working. It's got a short inside of it. Anyways, we got a new one right here, of which I am just now getting ready to put it together. So it has a louver on here. I gotta take that louver off because that flap you just saw has to sit on top of that perfectly flat. Basically that flap makes it to where air cannot come in. It kind of suffocates the fire. Now granted, it's going to get some air throughout, you know, whether it pulls it through the chimney and back in, and little areas like that, but it's got to have something to keep the coals, you know, just alive. And then whenever this fan kicks in, this fan kicks the fire up. Oh, man, that's tight. This fan kicks the fire up, and when it kicks the fire up, it turns on this fan, and there's another small one in the back. Creates a little draft through there and gets the fire going good. Hot, warming up the water that's in the top up here, and then it's also surrounded by a water jacket. Actually, whoever thought this up is pretty ingenious. It's a very efficient way to heat a home. And then to top that all off, it requires, you know, other than cutting firewood, it requires very minimal fuel. So, and we actually normally have a neighbor that brings us wood from the mill, but he's not going to be able to do that this year, as he's just not here. Whoops. Ground is not very level right here. Oh, this happens to me a lot. Oh. I need to get one of those magnetic trays. I say that all the time, and I never buy one. And then people ask me, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I don't need nothing. In reality, that's what I should get. Alright,
that's all set up. We're gonna take this old flap off of here. I didn't see nothing terribly wrong with it, but I'm already replacing the whole motor. May as well just do that and be done with it too. There's 4 studs that come straight out of there. Each one gets a lock washer and a nut to put back on it. Do that. And for whatever reason, it's missing one. It's not a big deal, but run to the hardware store and see if I can't find one. Would it be a big deal if we couldn't use the wood burner? Kinda. We'd still have heat because we have an electric furnace as well, but needless to say, this one is far more efficient and cost me way less. We fill this up with wood, once every 2 to 3 days, depending how cold it is. This is actually set up to heat 10,000 square feet, and our house is about 1,900 square feet, so it's not near the max capacity, but eventually I'm going to run it for the second pump, the pump I stole to make it to where it'd pump for now until we got our new pump in. That one's going to feed the garage or the barn. Probably the barn is what I'd really like to do. Basically put a concrete floor in there, some foam insulation around the outside, or around the walls is what I'd like to do. Put that back through there. Yeah. And then that opens, just like so. And when it's not open, it's smothered, which is exactly what we want. Things go a lot slower when you don't have ratcheting tools you can use. Nope. sure it's on there secure. That's good. And then right here on the side, there is a knockout. So we'll bend that back. We'll take this cover off. Once we take this cover off, we'll run our wires inside of there. The power to these wires are off right now. I have the fan switches turned off, so even if the ECU up there commanded it, it couldn't, or the ECT, the electronic thermostat control, or ETC. Either way, if it commanded power, it wouldn't get it. Alright, so this. Just keep bending that back and forth, it'll fall off. There we go. Now, we're going to put this on. This is a basically a box connector. It makes it to where I can put wires through here, and then I can close this area off. Keeps wasps and stuff like that out. Also is less likely to let moisture in, but being that it's outside, you know, there's humidity and stuff in the air. Some of that's still going to get in. Not going to be able to stop that. This to face me, that way I can put this through. Maybe put that through. I can put this through. And then those screws are facing the right direction to make it easier for me to tighten this down. Alright, that does not say which one of these is hot and negative, so we're going to do it this way. That way we'll put a little cap on there, touching anything, and then we'll put this one on here. My wire's mixed up, hang on. You can't go together. Alright. Go put those three together. Put these three together. Yes, I know two of them are neutrals, and the third one would appear as though it's the hot wire, but actually it's one of the two wires coming from the motor. That's why it's black and not white. This cap on here. Oops. And now we test it. All right. Alright, good news, it works. As you can see how it pulls it up. There's a solenoid right here.
Hey everyone, this week's video was filmed actually a few weeks ago, and I kept meaning to put it in, but it was so long that it really didn't fit with the other ones, and Cheyenne was really proud of what she did, and I wanted her to get her video up while she was still excited about it from last week. So if you didn't see last week's video, by all means, go watch that one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I recorded with my phone because we had some issues with our camera. As you can see, it's a little blurry. I'm sorry about that, and sorry about the beginning of it being tilted the wrong way. Still getting used to this camera thing. So, at the end of the day, I really hope you enjoyed the videos. I know that this week's was really kind of boring, but we got it up there. Stay tuned. There's more better videos coming along. And then watch our Facebook page, and we started an Instagram too. Our Instagram is Freedom Farms USA. We're gonna start putting the short snippets throughout the week of, essentially it'll be when Chrissy and I do chores and are horsing around. That's kind of what it comes down to. But I hope you enjoy it. Plus, whenever lambs start being born, which shouldn't be too much longer, the videos and photos from that will be posted on there as well. So, again, have a blessed week. Remember, Christmas is around the corner, so if you're not a jolly person, that's on. But it's the season to be nice, so try to be nice to one another. Help each other, help your neighbors, help your family members, help strangers. That's good too. But have a great night, and we'll see you next week.